Alright guys, we got the kickers in. We got the steering on. I gotta look at the rules about the sway bar, but we can do the sway bar once the clip's on. Because I've got a bunch of welding to do. Talked to TJ, we are gonna crease this. So I think kind of crease the top to a point right in here. And then do a rib kind of along these spots, and then one more right here, maybe one there. This will pretty much all get folded under and bolted through. So that won't even be there when we're done. You won't be able to see it, at least it'll get folded up under there and bolted. And then we're doing washers, so we'll put like one 3x3 there, one there, one back there, and one in the very back, and we'll space them out nice and even. Probably gonna have to take these brackets off to get this behind the bumper. Probably have to take this off. Kind of ugly anyways. Just held the front valence on anyways, or the grill. Got all of our bolts somewhere. I put them somewhere. I'll have to look around and find them. I put them in a box that, there they are. Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to tell the rake without a front clip. But once we get a front clip on this thing, you're gonna see the rake, and it is insane. And we put the kickers in with some pressure, and it dropped the bumper height about 3/4 of an inch, because it was about 26.5 to top of front. Now it's like 25 3/4. And this thing should be pretty decent. And then I ended up folding the front lip up, beating it around. But guys, this thing, I'm very excited to see this car run. This is probably one of the better builds I've done, at least like cleanliness. But I'm very excited to see how they are with the fronts creased, because there's not very many people that do it. So let's get to it and see what we can get done. All right, guys, so we got the front clips all the way on. It's gonna go down just a little bit before we weld the door straps. But went on fairly easy. Had to trim just a hair of the rad support. But usually you have to do that on any car that you have to cut to the core support mount. We got our fenders, or the like front pieces of fenders. We get 3 bolts to bolt that to. Then on this other side, I've got it marked out where we're gonna crease it. We're gonna do one line on the top, and it'll kind of go to a triangle shape right into that corner. And then one right here, following just above these. I don't know, we'll see where it exactly lines up, because sometimes the metal doesn't manipulate exactly how you want it. And then we'll do lines through there, but I'm gonna get these doors welded, and then this creased, and then we'll do the all thread, the core support spacers, and all thread, and then bumper strap we're gonna bring the bumper strap out here and kind of catch it like we do on the Cadillacs, just to kind of help this core support out. And then we're gonna run these straight down to right here, just literally right in front of that. He's doing a wraparound rad guard on it. So I believe we get to leave these because that is just a factory thing, just a factory bracing. Once I'm trying to decide if I should crease it before I do the hood, because sometimes these like to move. I'm not quite sure yet. I might bring the hood in and get it bolted up just so it doesn't move inwards. So I'm gonna go grab the hood and get it bolted up, and then we're actually gonna leave it on its hinges, I believe, because I think these hinges on these GMs are pretty wild. I mean, I think they help. Then when we took the clip off, we were fighting these lower bolts. They were rusted out and just wouldn't come off. So we ended up having to cut them, and we just replaced them with some 7/16 bolts, because that's about the size that they were. But everything's lined up good. But we're gonna go ahead and weld the verticals and then crease it with the hood on, get the hood tie downs down, the all thread down. So should be a pretty exciting day. So let's get to it and burn some wire and get some core support mounts in. All right, guys, so we just finished up creasing this front clip. Got it pretty decently straight. Might tinker with it a little more. We got all the verticals are welded on the driver's side, and I welded the doors before I creased. Now I'm gonna tackle doing like one underneath door, and then I'll do some strap, and then do like another underneath door. I try not to burn myself out on doors, especially underneath. They're just never that fun. We got it jacked up in the air a little bit, but I think it actually kind of flows decently nice. I don't know. I was gonna try to get those ribs where the little valances come out, but that's how it wanted to go the best way, so made it work. And super excited to see this thing done. But I mean, maybe what we'll do is do this big front bottom, because the back door is about 10 inches shorter. We'll burn in the long side, and then maybe I'll put the driver's door skin on, and then like get that all the way on, and then weld the tops of doors. Yeah, I think it's looking pretty good. So yeah, we're gonna continue on with it. I've already got all the strap cut out for the other side. I just go through and I stack there's two straps right there, but I just kind of do them simultaneously, so I don't have to cut the same cut twice, you know. And still haven't got to the inside quite yet. I want to get all the doors welded before we clean this out and paint it. And then this is before. It does look super clean, but I think the creasing gives it a little bit of a more aggressive look. If anybody's ever curious, I use the Ingersoll Rand. I don't know if there's really a sizing on them. The 11.4 GQC with it's a smoothing bit. I can't remember if Ski sells it, NLR, or Gray Area. I'm sure they all sell one. I can't remember exactly where I got it from. But the Caddy was definitely a tighter fit hood, because when I did the Caddy, I actually had to pry the hood down in when we were creasing, and maybe it's a little bit different structured up here. But I really like it, and I think we're going to hopefully get most of it finished up by tomorrow, which is Friday, because then I leave for a little bit and go on a little vacation. But we are going to do a little pie slice right here and fold these down, and then what we'll probably do, we'll cut it right in front of this rib. We'll just do a slice and then fold it around, so then you'll only see here back. We'll cut off some of this little bracketry that doesn't do anything. Looks like it used to be spot welded, but we'll fold it around the front. We did already use all 3 of our bolts to do the bottom. So we've got to get that other side done, and I'd like to get all thread in it, get all the hood bolts done. So I think this thing's gonna be pretty nasty. But yeah, always creasing, I just start out with a ball peen hammer and a little 2.5 pound. Go through and make your lines. They're not gonna be very tight, but it'll move a lot of material that you won't have to use the air hammer the entire time, which would take a long time. Because, I mean, the fender used to be probably almost 2 inches out, and now it's sucked way in and tight on the lines. But I'm gonna take this strap off, move it to that other side, and I don't know, so indecisive. I'm not a fan of welding doors, so I try to do anything possible not to do them. But they have to be done at one point, so see where we get.